Welcome back, listeners. Yeah, that's 10 now.
Is this number 10?
Number 10.
Here we are.
Yeah, from the NAED 2020 South Central Region Conference. I'm so glad they put it on the wall there for me.
You can read it.
We're sitting on the rock here, Greg.
Are we?
Yeah.
Keystone Tech?
Go to KeystoneTech.com. That's KeystoneTech.com, baby. KeystoneTech.com.
Light made easy.
The Retrofit Kings.
Yeah.
Mellissa Bucher, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
Doing well.
Whew, it's a long day already.
It has been a long day for the women in industry.
Yes, we just recorded our video, so hopefully look for that, hopefully soon.
What was the video all about?
Promotional video for the Women in Industry Conference.
Well,
so
was it sassy?
I don't know. I think a little. It's just kind of me.
Yeah, you're kind of a little sassy. I think women bring flavor to this industry.
Yeah, I think so too. So we've been putting on this conference, and it's going to be in June. So June 23rd through 26th in San Antonio. So come back to Texas.
Coming right back to Texas.
Yeah, we hear everything's better in Texas, right?
That's right.
I think they say that. I don't know if it's true.
I don't know either.
And what exactly?
I'll tell you, the vodka is not better.
It's not.
He doesn't like Tito's.
Oh, I've heard.
No, vodka's from Eastern Europe. It's not from Texas.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is this conference you guys do then, the women in
So it's an annual conference.
Yeah.
And so we bring in women across the country, so manufacturers, distributors, and you've got people that are brand new into the industry. You've got people that have been doing it for 10, 15 years. You've got CEOs there. You've got a mix of all these awesome ladies here. So we come in, meet each other, network, bring in different speakers. We have great speakers from different companies come to educate on different topics, and we have a little bit of fun. This year I think we're going to do a self-defense class, so we'll be ready. Yeah.
How long have you been doing it there in the NAED?
So
I thought you were going to say how long you've been kicking ass, but
a year and a half. A year and a half is how long that.
Year and a half.
No, I've been in the industry for 12 years.
Okay.
I was a member of the committee last year, and then this year is my first year chair, and then I'll be chair next year as well.
2-year term.
2-year term.
Nice.
So
good.
Why? Forgive me. I mean, I talked to Jennifer Littles about this, who you're familiar with, of course.
She's awesome.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Why is it needed? Or is it needed, first of all?
I believe it is. I think it's different because I think women do a good job at we come in and it's a community, so there's a lot of different things that, we are experiencing, whether it's maybe being a new mom or something like that.
Sure.
And coming in and all the challenges with it, having a place where you can meet people that are doing the same thing across the country and learn from each other. Hey, what are you doing to do this? Or, hey, I'm having challenges. I mean, I walked in last night, I look around and it's pretty male-dominated industry.
Yeah, it's a big dude fest.
Yeah, it is. And so having this place where we can meet and learn from each other, it's an amazing conference.
A lot of people will get on me for this, but people, when you're in an all-male environment or you're in an all-female environment, the interactions are different.
Correct.
There's just a different vibe or whatever, however you want to describe it, vibe or interactions, and there's a different power structure at work as well. I mean, it's not that I don't buy into this. So I don't think that women are a coherent special interest group. So does that make sense what I just said right there?
Yeah.
I don't think you can speak on behalf of women. I don't think that's possible. But I do think that, that in industries that are so male dominated like this, that it is helpful to have a women's only forum.
Mm-hmm. And I think too, it's think about, a lot of times we get to, when we're hiring people, we hire people that are like us, right? So if we've always had, males that have been in the industry and well, I like this guy. He's like me. He's, he did baseball too. He did football or whatever it was. So you hire people that are like you. Mm-hmm. And so we have to do a really good job of, kind of diversifying. And what I mean by that, not just by male, female, but finding people that make you better and challenge you. And I think that that's what is so important. And so women are going to bring a different perspective. You're going to bring a different perspective. You're going to, because your backgrounds are different, and making sure that we are doing that across the board. And I think we have a long way to go on that.
Is it something people officially sign up for, or just can, as long as you're a woman in the industry, you can, and at NAED, you can be
Yeah,
part
so
of it?
if you're a manufacturer or you're a distributor or associates, we've even had some college students come in and we
Nice.
sponsored some college students. You can sign up and we'll have registration out. I think right around March 6th or 9th is what we're looking at. It's International Women's Day on the 8th, so we're trying to put that right around the
That
same
makes
time.
sense.
Yeah.
How many people do you typically get?
Well, last year was our biggest one, and we had almost 400 people.
Oh.
And so we are looking to
That's
do,
huge.
I would say 300 to maybe 500 people this
Can
year.
get a
we'll
grip
see.
on lighting, get an invite to that.
I
Come
don't-
down, do some live streaming with you
There you
guys.
go. Be fun.
Get some publicity to that. So I'm going to push back a little bit.
Perfect.
Okay. So we explored women in lighting we did about 6 episodes, only 2 we released.
Mhm.
And just because we allow our guests to have editorial control if we're going to go on a deep dive with them on a subject like this. And, what kind of emerged for me was kind of like a mixed reaction. That the women that we interviewed largely felt that it was advantageous for there to be less women in the industry for them. Not that it was a burden or that there was any problems. And that they felt that men, in fact, were far more welcoming than, maybe the modern, that pale, stale, and male kind of negativity that's out there right now. I don't like resentment. I don't like that feeling, but I take issue with that pale, stale, and male thing. I don't think that's I don't think disparaging one party is the way to build up another.
Agree.
Right? I don't think this industry has a problem. I just think that women tend not to be attracted to it, and we can be more welcoming, or we can let them know that there's great careers in electrical distribution in the industry. But I don't see a problem. Am I wrong about that?
I think some of my best sponsors have been males that have helped me through my career and really taken me underneath their wings and taught me things.
Sure.
So I've always felt welcomed. There are still some traditional folks out there, and you've got men and females in the industry that are tough on young females, whether it's, hey, they want to be I don't know if you call it queen bee or whatever, and they've kind of acted like that, which I see it less. And there's also men that are not welcoming still, and it's getting better, but there are situations that you're like, oh, well, I'm not gonna, we're gonna go golfing. Most of this is kind of a boys thing, I mean,
but you have your own conference that we're not allowed to go to.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have an issue of,
I'm pushing back on you here. I'm not.
absolutely.
I mean, sometimes dudes just want to hang with dudes.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Right. I mean, I think that knife cuts both ways.
Yeah, and I'm okay with it. I'm pro. Like, I want people. I think that if you come in and I want the best person for the job, the best team. I think you can collaborate with.
But I think that you can't have the best team if you're not welcoming to everybody.
Yeah, and I think you should be welcoming to everybody.
So one of the things, like when I look at isms, okay, so any ism. I see the isms, including feminism, racism, all these types of belief structures, ideologies that people adopt to try to understand the world. I actually see them as disabilities. So, like, if you're in a situation and you're not thinking about hiring a woman or a person of color or anyone because of some sort of ism, or that's like your problem to solve. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But the question for me is, is it a problem in the electrical industry? And I don't know if it is. I think we could let women know that there's great careers in electrical distribution, but I'm not sure it's going to substantially change the mix of these meetings.
So what would be your suggestion if you walk in and you see all these different males in the industry and you look around the room, like I was talking last night?
Sure.
How do you get more females in this industry? How do you become more welcoming?
So you go, okay, so let me, I'm on the hot seat. Now, how did I'm supposed to ask the question.
How'd that happen?
So, okay, so can I make a comparison? Okay.
Right, yeah.
So, I own a couple businesses, small businesses, and one of them is an electrical contracting company. Okay. There are no women electricians. Like when I say no, like I'm talking statistically, obviously there are.
Yeah, very
right?
few.
But they're very few. So what we see is that in our society is that as the danger of a job increases, the female participation in that career reduces substantially. So there's not a lot of female Alaskan crab fishermen.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of female electricians. So if we were to say, so if you take, we're at the extreme right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So miners, there's not a lot of
Mm-hmm.
women who are coal miners,
Mm-hmm.
okay? Because it's a dangerous job. So you say, okay, the same question could be asked: how do you get more women crab fishermen or fisher people? How would you do that?
You expose them to it, because some people just don't know. They only see what they think they know.
Right.
So maybe it is dangerous, but maybe some women really would like to do this,
Sure.
but they've never been invited to do that.
Yeah, I'm not the big man saying, little lady, you can't come here on the boat with us because
I get
it's
seasick,
dangerous.
so I'm not going.
No, but you understand that's not what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying.
know.
What I'm saying is that statistically we see this, that is,
Yeah.
if a job becomes more dangerous, it becomes more male dominated. And as it becomes less dangerous, or if it involves caring for, it will attract less men and attract more women. The problem that I think exists more so is that it's not that men get paid more than women, it's that dangerous jobs offer more pay, right? So and so now we're at the two ends of the extreme. There's more women nurses than men. How do we get more men in nursing? Do we want more men in nursing? And how do we get more women crab fishermen? So you have electrical distribution, which is not dangerous. It's not
It can be. Don't be touching stuff.
You're dangerous.
Yeah.
That's for sure. We know that, right? But so how do we make it more welcoming? I think what you want to do in that situation is you have to look at the business and say, not by subtraction, but what do women bring to the table that men don't? And I think that's where the conversation goes. A lot of people are uncomfortable with these kinds of conversations because now you're stereotyping about what women are like, or you're stereotyping about men are like. But I think women add a different flavor to things. And, and they add flavor in the sales world. They add flavor on the order desk in a different way. Do you know what I'm trying to say here, Greg?
I do, yeah.
Can you get me out of my hole I've dug here for myself?
No. I get what you're saying. I think to some degree, though, that something needs to be done. You can't just let it flow without having an organization or a group of people together. It's not just going to happen without some movement.
I think what we have to do as a society, more than anything else, Mellissa, is I think we have to just accept the fact that sometimes men want to be with men and sometimes women want to be with women, and that this is beneficial. Sometimes having a conference that's just women in the electrical distribution business is incredibly helpful to them.
And I think a lot of that, so where I see a lot of females struggle is confidence.
Okay.
So allowing them to come to a conference where they can kind of like peel back those layers and maybe
Yes.
ask those questions that they don't want to ask at the table because for fear that they sound dumb or whatever
Sure.
it is. So this is building that confidence up, and that's
Sure.
huge.
Mhm.
Like I look at some incredibly talented, females, young and even 15, 20 years into their career, and the only thing that's missing is confidence. So how do we build that up? How do we get, men as allies, say, hey, I want to come teach you what I learned. How do you get that more? Because we got to do that more, because we can learn a lot from not just other females, but other males in the industry.
You have to, because it's mostly a male industry.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's where you have to do it, right? But it's interesting because, I don't think, it's interesting. I don't think I've ever walked into a conference that was 95% women or 95% non-white. Like, for example, there's another example. And we take these things for granted. Like, if you're a white guy at a lighting conference, you take it for granted that everybody's kind of like you. You don't see that difference, right? And for some other people walking into that room, that could be intimidating for them, and they need to get used to it. They need a way to shore up, like you said, their confidence or whatever it is. I don't know though if this is a long-term solution. I don't know if it's going to change. I don't know if the dynamic of electrical distribution is going to change drastically. I don't think it can.
How do you feel, Mellissa?
Well, I think as we continue to have women that are getting in leadership positions and we're collaborating more and we're learning, like you're saying, we bring different strengths
Yes.
and together we're stronger. And that's what
Yes.
we've really got to focus on. It's not just about all getting the women up, it's getting us both better.
I think if women are stronger, men are stronger. Like, I mean, there's no,
Agreed.
it's not a zero-sum game.
Yep.
If you have, confident, like, what do you want? You want people to be confident.
Mhm.
You want them to be able to ask questions.
Mhm.
You want them to stand up and speak their minds.
Curious.
Curious.
Yeah.
Yes. These are not bad things. They're good things. And so if more people are like that, if more women are like that, it doesn't take anything away. It's only making the pie bigger.
Yep, it helps us be more innovative. I mean, this industry, there's a lot of things that's going to change over the next 10, 15 years. We've got technology, it just continues to change and it changes the way we do business.
Sure.
And so we're not the Googles and the Apples of the world that
Sure.
it's a little bit different. So bringing it in from perspectives and being innovative, we've got to do it.
I agree. Greg, Eric.
I agree as well.
I'm waiting for the invite.
Yeah, why don't you want to come down and do the women in industry?
Yes, we want to come down. We want to live stream from the women in industry.
What did Jennifer say? Did she say you could do this?
We didn't ask her.
That's the next one.
Yeah.
You get Jennifer. I think it's great. You got to get Jennifer's buy-in. You get Jennifer's buy-in. That's who.
I think we got to come down and live stream from the women in industry, man. When is it? June?
June 23rd.
Yeah, we'll just line it up and then
we'd love to have you.
Yeah, we'd love to come. I'll tell you for sure.
Yeah.
For sure we would. What do you think, Greg?
I think it sounds like a plan.
Folks, we're on the rock here with Keystone Technologies. Mellissa Bucher, thanks for coming. I get it right?
You got it right.
Boom.
Thank you.
From Eaton Corporation.
You bet.
Definitely a player in this game. Come on, son. Women are going to come kick some ass in lighting and in electrical real soon. Right now, actually. But you got to go to KeystoneTech.com. That's KeystoneTech.com. Greg, the Retrofit Kings.
Light made easy.
I lost my voice.
Gone.
Boom.
Over.
Thank you.